Did you know that current research shows that science is only being taught for an average of 18 minutes per week in K-3 classrooms? And yet, science and STEM topics are central to the lives of everyone. As a leading provider of classroom libraries for schools across the country, Booksource knows how little time teachers have daily to address reading, much less the content area topics like science. We also know that the books in a classroom library can offer a powerful solution to this dilemma. Using high-quality, informational texts can spark student interest and engagement and allow you to address both science standards and reading objectives during reading instruction. To help you accomplish this goal, we've combined our robust title knowledge and our decades of experience working with educators to create our new next-generation science standard box sets for kindergarten, first, and second grades. Our NGSS Box Sets are a collection of nonfiction science books and supporting teacher resources that will help you teach science during reading instruction. Booksource's new NGSS Box Sets will help teachers think outside the box when it comes to using books in their classrooms.
Each one of these titles was evaluated to make sure that it is engaging, that it supports the NGSS standards, and that it is up to date with the most current information available. For example, What Do Living Things Need by Elizabeth Austin is part of the Kindergarten from Molecules to Organisms section. This book uses short, simple sentences supported by the illustrations to inform readers of what living things must have to survive. I also think this little book does a good job of showing a variety of life forms and habitats all across the world. And like numerous titles included, it also has a suggested activity that can help students get more hands-on science experience. And Sending Messages with Light and Sound by Jennifer Boothroyd, which is part of the Grade 1 Waves in Their Applications sections, the text gets a little more complex. When the NGSS standards were first released, I know many educators struggled to find materials to cover the Waves in Their Applications portion. This little book does a wonderful job of defining the concepts and then showing examples of it in the real world.
Let's take a look at what you'll get in your NGSS box set. First of all, the box set actually comes in its own box, so this is a great way to store and organize all of the materials that you can expect to receive. The first thing we'll talk about is the Instructional Resource Booklet. It contains 30 lesson plans, each lesson plan aligned to the 30 titles that you'll also receive in this box set. In addition, you'll receive dividers so that you can keep your NGSS subsets well organized and match them to the different sets in the instructional resource. This allows you to find the materials that you need very quickly when you need them. This set is designed to support all science curriculum, regardless of NGSS adoption. Think of it as being able to integrate reading into science and science into reading. There is a Path A and a Path B for every resource. Path A is going to provide more learner support, and Path B is going to provide more learner independence. So the teacher can decide which path is most appropriate for his or her group of students. There's another level of differentiation in how you choose to group your students. You can do whole group instruction, in which you're using the text as a read aloud. You can do small group instruction, in which you may purchase additional text separately so that every child has a book in front of them, or you might choose to do one-on-one instruction. You can then determine which path is most appropriate for whole group, which path is most appropriate for small group, and which path is most appropriate for that one-on-one need. It also means that a child who receives Path B in a whole group setting can receive Path A in a small group or one-on-one instruction. This allows you to reinforce concepts, to reteach, or to provide intervention as necessary. In addition to providing you with very robust procedural lesson plans, we're also going to give you resources and printables that you can find on the Booksource website. These printables include strategies that you're probably already very familiar with, like the KWL chart, T-chart, or Venn diagrams. Those are sprinkled throughout the instructional resources because we know that they're best practices and that many teachers and students are already very familiar with them. So we make it very easy for you to go to that place, find those resources, get them printed, and apply them to the books and the lessons as appropriate. Finally, we've given you an assessment rubric so that you can very easily observe and measure the content and concept that students are getting from the books and from the lessons.